Hillsborough Television News Breaks, connecting you to county events.
This project is a magnificent achievement for Tampa Bay region, and it's recognized internationally as the way to do habitat restoration. Its success is due to 20 years of hard work and collaboration between many team members. There's so many things to say about this project, but I'm going to save those for our speakers. But I would like to say just a couple of words about the district swim program. In 1987, the legislature created our SWIM Act, and its purpose is to protect, restore, and maintain our threatened surface water bodies. Surface water quality and ecosystem restoration go hand in hand, and these items are very important to the district. It's so important to us that we have a separate section within the district dedicated to SWIM. In the last 25 years, SWIM has restored more than 3,000 acres of freshwater, estuarine, and upland habitat in our region.
You know, this isn't really just a 20-year culmination. I would say it's more like 50 years, because in the late 1960s, that's when that awakening happened as the development pressures along the coastline of Tampa Bay really started to fill in the wetlands, and people wanted, of course, people want to live near the water. They were tearing out a lot of the beautiful natural coastline here in Tampa Bay, and people started to say, this is not healthy. It's not healthy for our beautiful Tampa Bay, and it's not healthy for the communities that have grown up around it. So at that time, the Hillsborough County Commission, the precursor to EPC, and the state started to raise concerns. It was not easy at that time. There was a lot of resistance, but thanks to leaders like Jan Platt and others throughout the community, they were able to, after the Clean Water Act passed, to bring in a large grant that built the current plant that treats our wastewater today. That was a turning point for the health of Tampa Bay, and something that galvanized this entire community, that led to the formation of the Agency on Bay Management ultimately, that led to greater cooperation between the Port of Tampa and the environmental community and all of the neighborhoods that rely on Tampa Bay.
This project does represent, I think, one of the largest, most complex coastal ecosystem restoration projects ever developed in the Tampa Bay estuary ecosystem, and that's significant. So we're going to be on the map, and people will want to come here and commend us for doing such a great project, and hopefully this will lead to other great projects as we go down the road. And it's a huge, it's a 651 acre tract. I mean, you just look out there and you can look and don't see the end. So it's really significant how big it is. Actually, Hillsborough County, 1991, we actually only put $2.1 million to make all this possible in cooperation with SWIFMUD. So to tell you today, it probably wouldn't be that cheap. At all. So we really had a lot of good foresight and energy to really see, and long-term vision to see it get done. But the final 75 acres that were funded by the Tampa Port Authority at a cost of $1.1 million of estuary and freshwater wetland enhancement is almost complete, with only the planning of the freshwater ecosystem left to be done.
I do understand that the county and SWIFMUD have been working on this restoration area for years now, so I want again to thank you very much for allowing the port to come along kind of late in the game and partner with you to allow us to perform the mitigation for our 133 acre Port Red Wing development at this marvelous looking Cockroach Bay restoration area. About 3 years ago, my staff obtained bids to perform the 15 acres of mitigation at our Port Red Wing site, the Big Bend area. While the bids for that work were reasonable, they were a little more than about half of the $1.1 million cost that we eventually are spending here in Cockroach Bay. The Cockroach Bay restoration will be completed without a need for additional taxpayers' funding. This restoration provides a greater positive environmental impact, of course, to the Tampa Bay area than just that small isolated area would have in the middle of Port Red Wing. And the bees like it here, I know that. And, this project must have some flowers out there as well growing. This project has also obviously been a model of cooperation between the county, Swift-Mud, the port, and environmental permitting agents in our area.
This is the 25th anniversary of SWIM, and the district has been dedicated to SWIM. As Blake mentioned, we have a very special unit that does our SWIM projects, and they're highly professional, and anytime you go to a SWIM project site, I think you can see a characteristic signature that is of utmost significance. And this project's been going on for 20 years, and there's been 17 phases to complete this project. This is a perfect example of a successful ecosystem restoration, and it's been looked at with state, national, and international visitors, and we've had group tours from China, England, Korea, Morocco, Canada, and Japan that have visited this site during the construction phase. I'm sure there'll be many more as time goes on. And this project is a perfect example of teamwork. The district prides itself on its teamwork and its ability to partner with different groups.
We have brought 4 young pelicans that are 1 year old that we're going to be releasing. They were brought in with fishing hooks. If everybody'd like to come over to the fence here, we'll go ahead and release them.
For more news and information, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or watch us on YouTube. This program was brought to you by Hillsborough Television. Visit our website at htvonline.org.